stretch it out. So 2 octave scales. Let's go back to the top of the cycle again. We're starting with your scale with no sharps. The key signature's got no sharps, no flats. Here's our group of 3, group of 4. Instead of your pinky finishing it off there, we're just going to tuck under and go back to a group of 3. So group of 3, group of 4. And if we want this to be the end, then your pinky puts a full stop and says, hey, turn around, come backwards. Group of 4. 3. 4 over the top, so we've got enough fingers to go down. And then a group of 3. And of course, you can just extend this for as big as you want. You can start down here and go 3. There's a group of 3. Group of 4, 3, 4, 3. And that way you always end up with your thumb on the key note, whatever the home note is. Black notes, your home note's going to have different fingering because your thumb's not going to go there. Left hand, same deal. It just starts off with your pinky. It's a full stop at the end. So here we have the group of 4, group of 3, and we want to keep on going because we want to extend it and make it longer. So group of 4, and group of 3, and you could keep on going, but I'm going to turn backwards. So here's our group of 3, group of 4. Tuck your thumb under, do it again. Group of 3, group of 4, and your pinky puts the full stop at the end. G scale, same deal. Starting off with your 5, here's your group of 4, 3, 4, 3, backwards, and full stop, moving up to D. So starting off with your group of 3, this is comfortable because your thumb tucks under, group of 4, there's a black note and your thumb tucks under again. And full stop with your pinky backwards. 4, 3, 4, 3. Left hand, same deal. So starting off with your 5, group of 4, group of 3, group of 4, group of 3. D is annoying with your left hand because it feels like your thumb wants to tuck under straight after a black note, and for these ones, when we're starting on the white note ones, your thumb doesn't have that freedom just yet. It muddles things up. We end up with your thumb in weird spots, so you have to concentrate a little bit more. Coming backwards, so D scale, we've got your group of 3, then we tuck under, group of 4. This is where your thumb says, please, 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 but we still actually need your 4 so that your thumb can say, oh yeah, that's right, we're in the key of D, that's home. Here's our group of 3, here's our group of 4, and there's our pinky at the end. A, we're getting into some other ones where your thumb is wanting to do more. Your thumb has a very easy job. When we get to the ones with all the blacks, your thumb has a much easier time. So let's keep on persevering. You're up to A. We're going to do 2 octaves up and down. Group of 3. Tucking under. This is nice and comfortable. Your right hand's very happy. There's your thumb under again because we're starting again. Group of 4. And pinky to full stop. So 4 over the top. This is easy to remember. Your 4 comes backwards. 4. Over the top with a 3. And 4. And 3. Left hand takes some more thinking. So starting with your 5. Here's our group of 4. This is easy. Group of 3 because your third finger wants to go up higher. It's taller. 4 is not so happy here, so it's a big, big stretch over the top. you can tuck under straight away. Here we've still got the 4 to go. There's our thumb on A, group of 3, and group of 4, and finally pinky. E scale, group of 3, group of 4, 3, left hand, we'll start down a bit lower. So here's your group starting with 5, group of 4, and 3. Big stretch, group of 4. Now we're jumping over to a black, and 3. We are finally at the base of the clock, and as confusing as the key signatures look, the actual fingering gets easier and easier because we're using every black note, and the only white notes are just a combination of what's in between where you have the 2 white notes together. So all you actually have to remember is which of these white notes you get for which scale. If we're doing B, if we call it B scale, same deal. Here's our group of 3. Tucking under, here's our group of 4. If we did 1 octave, we'd go up there with your 5. If we're continuing, we just tuck under. There's your thumb on the white note again. Group of 4. And for now, this is the end, so we come backwards. It's comfortable, it's easy, and that's why Chopin used that as his first scale to teach. Those are the 2 white notes we need. They are both pushing down that way. It is a B and an E. If we called it C flat scale, they're both pushing that way because they're flats. C flat, F flat. So they're both pushing that way. Left hand has the trick. This is the one you have to think about. We start off with the 4. You could actually start with a thumb, but it just feels weird to have one lonely thumb all by himself and then tuck over. So let's start with your 4. Remember that first 4 was actually just the odd one out. That was the full stop finger because your pinky's having a day off. So we have your 4 again, very busy 4. Group of 3, group of 4. And this is a group of 3, which we could tuck under, but it's just there, so we may as well use your 4. So it feels like 2 groups of 4 at the end. And your pinky has a holiday. If we're going to call this F sharp, the 2 white notes that we need is this one and this one. It's much easier to see when we do 2 octaves because look at this. There's our middle 3 fingers on the 3 black notes. Here's our thumb and a group of 3. Here's our thumb again, and here is a big group of 4. And you can see your thumb is hugging the 3 black notes. It's a very huggy kind of scale. It likes to be close to the 3 black notes. Scared of the 2 black notes, they hug the 3 black notes over here. One of them is called E sharp, the other is a plain old B. So let's do that again. You've got your middle 3 fingers to start. Here's a group of 3. Big stretch, group of 4. And of course this would be a group of 4, but we're just not going to continue any further. We'll tuck back. There's our group of 3, group of 4, group of 3. And this is a group of 4, but we don't use a thumb, unless you want to do something cute. Left hand. So left hand, we start off with the group of 4. And that white note's hugging the 3 black notes. Group of 3. Group of 4. Group of 3. And this is supposed to be a group of 4, but because we're not going to bother keeping on going up further, we'll just use your 2. Come backwards. Here's a group of 3. Group of 4. If we call that that G flat scale, those two white notes that are hugging the threes, the three black notes, if we call it G flat, we suddenly have to call this C flat, and that's a plain old F. Doesn't matter what you call them, it just changes how it looks on the page. Last one of the base of the clock where they overlap. Let's call it C sharp, because then we can see that those two white notes are pointing that way. They're both sharps, they're going up. So it's the higher ones, E sharp and B sharp. So starting these same fingers, we've got those ones on the two black notes, those ones on the three black notes, and thumbs fill in the gaps. So here is a group of 4, group of 3, and this is a group of 3, but we just don't finish it off, unless you want to do something cute. Coming backwards, group of 4, group of 3, left hand, same deal, starting with those two. It's pretty obvious with your left. There's a group of 3, 4, 3, and it's supposed to be 3, but we're going to turn around, so I'm just going to use a 2 and tuck back. Thumbs up, you got down to the tricky part, the base of the clock. Let's go keep on going on to A flat. So A flat, we had that thing with these fingers and these fingers. A flat is annoying with your right hand because of that, the two white notes that we happen to have together up here. So when we start with A flat, technically here, we could start with these two, but to start off with, we're just going to start with those two and those two. So you're going to have the 2, 3, 2, 3 in the same spots. If you want to be very pedantic, you can start with these ones here, but honestly, most people start with their 2. So we'll start off over here. Here's your group of 3 fingers. Here's your group of 4. And there's your 3 on the A flat, which you can start down there if you want to. Let's keep on going up higher. Group of 3. This is a group of 4, but we're just not going to keep going backwards. So it feels like 3 and 3, but remember it's part of 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. So 3, but it's part of a 4, group of 4. 3. Big, big stretch. You can do a 4 if you really, really want to and want to do it sort of properly, but it doesn't matter. If you know you're going to finish, you can finish over there. That sounds like hot cross buns. Hot cross buns. Or the stretchy hot cross buns. Hot cross buns. Left hand, same deal as before. You've got 3 notes before we hit here. So there's our group of 3. This feels like it should be group of 3, but we're stretching even further. This is a group of 4. So A flat is kind of the odd one out. Here's 3. We're going to continue up. 4. And it's supposed to be 3, but because it's the end, we're just going to tuck around, come back. Group of 3. Group of 4. And group of 3. We are nearly there. Speaking of 3, we are up to 3 black notes, E flat scale. Let's start off with your 2. It's easiest to remember because your thumb just tucks straight under. So E flat scale, we have this one, this one, this one. Here's your group of 4. Here's your group of 3. Group of 4. Just continue, tuck your thumb under and keep on going. And this is nice because you stay on the group of 3 and we go backwards. Group of 4. If it's the end, we can finish on a 2. Left hand, I'll start down here. Pretty obvious. We start off with your group of 3. Group of 4. 3. 4. And it's supposed to be 3, but we'll turn up around here and turn it around. B flat, we start off with your 2. which would be the end of a group of 4. If you really want to, you can start with your 4, but 2 is so much easier. Here's your thumb tucking under. We have 3 notes till the black, then 4 notes till the black. And 3. That's super easy, no pinky up the top, backwards. And I'm going to finish with a 2. Left hand is pretty obvious. There's a group of 3. 4, 3. And just a 2 on the top. Next, 5th up is the white note, the only white note scale that has flats. Let's start down here. This is the trick one with the group of 4 first. Tucking under. Now this is going to be a group of 3 because we're not going to stop there. We're going to tuck under and continue. Group of 4 again. Group of 3 and full stop, which just happens to be a 4. And then 4 over the top. Takes a little bit of thinking with your right hand. Left hand is the same as what we did for C, G, D, easy fingering. So we finally get your 5 again. Your pinky hasn't done much work for a while. So we'll start with your 5. Here's your group of 4, 3, and 4 over the top again, and 3. A round of applause because you went around the whole cycle 2 octaves. Woo! One, two, ready, go.